Hello everyone, I just started putting my makeup on and I thought I hadn't done sort of a get ready with me video, you know, putting my makeup on. My hair's already done, so it's not really a get ready with me. So I stopped and I thought I'll video it. Oh, excuse me, that's my gurgle tummy. So what I've already got on, I've got my Maybelline Baby Skin primer on. I've also, on my face, I've also, this is something I'm using actually a few products that I've not used very much and some that I've not actually used at all. Some of these things are bits and bobs that I was given in my swap with Teresa when we did the swap a little while ago, and some of these I've never actually used on film, so and I have used most of them, I think. I have so much makeup these days, I'm always collecting more, and I actually haven't used, I bought my Garden of Eden palette from Sleek a couple of weeks ago now, and I haven't actually used it. Keep forgetting I've got it. See there, that tells you I've got too much makeup. So on my for eyelid primer, I've got the Rimmel Exaggerate Undercover Shadow Primer. It's called. It's supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be waterproof. Yeah, it is. It claims to be waterproof. Excuse me, I've got an itchy nose. So I've not tried it yet, so this is to be the first time. I actually got that on my eyes, and then I'm using Wet n Wild. It's called the Naked Truth palette. It's all browns. Now, when you put this on, it is quite wet, and you have to let it dry. So I've let that dry, and I actually started a little bit. I've put the base down over, which I always put a cream coloured eyeshadow down, because I find that if I try to put eyeshadow straight onto an eyelid primer, it's sticky and they don't blend so well. So I find if you put just a plain base colour down, you get better blend. So that's the base colour. I'll put that from my eyelid right up to my brow bone. Then I've started on my eyelid from the inner corner to about 3/4 way across. I've used this colour here, which is like taupe colour. So that is as far as I got. So I'll take my glasses off and I'll zoom you in. Oops, I'm going to move the camera a little bit. Too low. Sorry about the jiggle. There. There we go. So you can see what I've done with that colour. I've put it up to the crease, and so we know left it. I haven't left as much there as I wanted to on that eye, but there you go. But it will do what I want it to do when I get there. So I sort of patted that on. Rid of my hair, it's annoying me. Then I'm going to use some of this. It says it's a crease colour, but I'm going to put some of that. I hope I don't get my mirror in the way. So I'm going to put some of that on the outside. That's quite pretty. On the outside edge. There. Right, I'm going to use my Hoola bronzer, which is very sad at the moment. Brush. I'm going to use just a dome top brush. use this in the crease. Oops, sorry, I just jiggled you. This just makes a really good crease colour. It's just something to blend out into. Works really well. I just do that. I usually do this first actually, and I forgot. But I'm just blending that sort of over the top of the eyeshadows in my crease and going just a little bit higher up with it, just a tiny bit. And then just blend that backwards and forwards until you get the desired colour and where you've got it placed. You can always go back and put a little bit more if you need to later. Right, I'm going to put a little bit more of that first shadow down. Make that a little bit darker. Like that. And now I'm going to take a smaller, like tapered brush, and I'm going to take a little bit more of this. Sorry about this brush, it was dirty on the end. I was using similar colours yesterday, not actually these, but I was using similar colours. Oh, that was a little bit too sparkly to go in the crease, but now I'm taking a little bit of the dark brown. I'm taking that into the crease, just on the lower part, and then I'm going to take a little bit on the outer corner. Right, just remember I've got two eyes, because now I've got this camera. I know I've got two eyes, but now I've got this camera, I can do all my makeup from scratch, whereas before I used to do one eye and already done when I came on camera, and then just did the other one, and I was just carrying away on that eye just there, and I thought, oh, I haven't done one step on the other eye, so I thought I'd better go and do it. I'd forgotten. It's really good to be able to film for much longer, as long as you lot don't mind watching my extra long videos, because I do talk rather a bit and forget what I'm doing and transgress onto something else. Right, like I am doing now. Right, so I'm going to blend that out. This is just a little elf blending, I don't even know what it's called, fluff shadow brush it's called. This is a brilliant brush. I mean, what our elf shadow brushes, £1, £1.50, £2 at the most. This is a brush I use every day, and I've had it for ages. I mean, look at the... Oh no, this isn't an elf brush actually. Oh, stand corrected, I've just seen it. It's a Benefit brush. Is that in focus? Yeah. It's actually one from Benefit. Ooh. But it's a good brush to have. I know elf do one very similar to this. I think I have it somewhere. Let me have a look in my pot. there. It's called a smudge brush, but it's a little bit shorter. And then they do one that's angled, which is very good too. There you go. That's an elf brush. What's that called? Defying brush. And it looks like that. It's like angled and it's a fluffy one. That's really good too. So I'm just gonna got a piece of kitchen towel down there, and I rub off before I go to my next eye. I rub off the excess shadow that's obviously come from this eye, because you don't want to be putting transferring it over to the other eye, as you're going to end up with too much colour. Right. That look the same. So this is a first time with this shadow palette. Right. Yeah, I think that's okay. And then I'm going to use a Real Techniques, what's this called? Detailer brush. And I'm going to use, it says it's called a brow bone colour, but it's, I don't know, it's like, saying it's a bit too sparkly for a brow bone for me. I mean, just because it says brow bone or it says crease or it says eyelid colour, you don't have to use them in that order. I mean, use them wherever you want to use them. I'm going to take some of that and I'm going to put that on the inner corner area. Just brighten that up a little bit. It's not usually quite as bright as I would do it. I would usually use a much lighter shadow than this, but looks okay, I think. Yeah, don't want it too bright, going for a more duller effect. Yeah, that looks okay. What am I going to do now? And then I'm going to take the lightest colour in the palette, the top one, and I'm going to, even though I've put that down in the first place, I like to put some more down and then blend. And what I do is blend it down into the Hoola bronzer that I put there in the crease, and that helps blend that out and it joins it all together. I mean, some people actually, you know, do their shadow and just leave it and not put a brow bone highlight colour at all, and I just don't think it looks finished. You know, I mean, I always use a matte colour. Sometimes I will put a little bit of a shimmer colour up here. I might actually do that. My eyebrows look slightly funny colour. I've been trying out a couple of eyebrow pencils which weren't actually the right colour. So, really nice eyebrow pencils. They were Physicians Formula, but they were both a little bit too light for me, which unfortunately, because they were really nice. So I'm going to, I think I want to put a little bit more bronzer back in there. I don't think I've quite got that one the same. And a little bit more of the lid colour. I think this one seems darker. I'm not sure if I'm right. Could be because the light is sort of coming at that direction on me, and can make things look different, can't it? That looks better. So I'm just going to blend the top of that back through. That's better. Now, I'm going to use the Max Factor Infinity. I'm going to zoom you, whoops, wrong way, back out again to do my foundation. It's Face Infinity All Day Flawless 3-in-1. It has a primer, but I still like to put my normal primer on. It has a primer, foundation and concealer as well, but then I still like to conceal as well. It worked really well on younger skins to do all those. I think it will work well, but I think when you're a little bit older and you have probably, if you've got flawless skin and you're young, it would work really well. But I think if you've got some dark circles and probably some blemishes maybe, I think you'd need to use other products. Right. I found with this, I've tried, here's in the way again, I've tried putting it on with a brush. I've tried my blender, my blender sponge, and I feel that the best way to do this foundation is with my fingers. It seems to go on better, it seems to settle better. I think I've just got that in my hair because I can't see. See this mirror here? Where is it? Up there. It's a really big mirror, that's just the tiny corner you see in there. I usually stand up and do my makeup in there, so I'm like this in front of the mirror so I can see. And I'm doing this in the viewfinder at the moment, so I've got no idea if I've got it right, because I have to use two hands, I can't use one. You know how you get used to doing your makeup in a certain way, and if you get sat somewhere else, or like I am now, I'm sitting at the dining room table, which is just below this mirror, and I need to have a mirror in my hand to look what I'm doing. I need to look, see if that's all right. No, I've got that done. Sorry. As you can see, it doesn't cover a little bit of redness I've got here. It certainly doesn't cover my dark circles. I've got a large freckling spot here. It doesn't cover that. Excuse me. I think I've got that. You have to work really quick with this foundation. It does dry quite quickly. It feels, when you have it on, it feels nice and lightweight, and you can, I've only put a very thin layer on because I didn't want too much, too heavy face makeup with what I'm going with the eyes and when I do my lips. But it does go down to, feels like a really nice powdery type of finish. It doesn't say it's a powdery finish, but that's what it feels like. And it is rather nice. So I'm still working. I have a friend who works in a shop, I won't say where, she gave me 3 of these little testers in different colours, all in the lighter shades, because I really didn't know which colour I wanted, so she gave me 3. This one's golden. Excuse me, I turn round and look in my drawer. Wrong drawer. She gave me beige, which is quite a light colour, and she gave me warm almond, and I can actually wear all 3 of these, but I actually think I prefer this one that's called golden. I think it is, but I can wear all 3 of them, but I think I do prefer this one. Right, where have we got to now? Whoa, sorry, I was going to jiggle around on there. Right, that is okay. Right, I'm going to try I haven't tried this. This is a Wet n Wild Coverall Liquid Concealer. It has a wand. And it is in 811 Fair. It looks like that. Oh, sorry. And you get a wand like this. So I haven't tried this before. I want to try it and see how it. Well, it's a nice. And it's fair. It's got a yellowy shade to it, which counteracts your blue circles, or whatever you want to call them. Right. I always use my finger to do this with. I need a little bit more. Always go in, you know, when you're using something new, always going lighter first, and you can always add some more. I mean, if you go in heavy, it's really hard to take it off. These days I've stopped taking my concealer over here because I'm finding that it doesn't matter which one I use, even if it says, you know, for older skins, that it's really collecting in you know, in my fine lines, and I just don't like how it looks. That's quite nice. Does its job. We'll see what it's like at the end of the day. Right. I also have a organic wear from Physicians Formula. This is a translucent powder. Yeah, it's organic. I love this brand. I wish we could get it here. We are supposed to be. There was a rumour I heard that it was supposed to be coming to the UK, but I've heard nothing else since I first heard it. Right, I'm going to take my e.l.f. stippling brush. Excuse the colour. I'm very naughty. I did use it yesterday and I haven't washed them today. Should have washed them really. I would have washed them if I knew I was doing this video. But if I'm using sort of neutral colours, and I know that I'm going to use them again the following day, or the following day after that, I don't always wash my brushes, you know, like every day. I mean, I wash my brushes every week. So, well, that's quite nice. So I've just powdered over the concealer. No, I don't wash my brushes every day. I mean, if I use a colour that's not, you know, different, I will give it a wash, and if I know I'm not going to use it the following day, I'll wash it then. So I'm just powdering my chin, my top lip, round where I've concealed, my nose and my forehead. I don't like to powder anywhere else. Right, I like that, that's quite nice. Right, I'm going to contour, and I'm just doing my face at the moment, and then I'm going back to doing my eyes. I'm going to contour with my Hoola bronzer, and I'm just going to make a funny face. Oh, I'm using, it's actually a contour brush by I can't talk today. Real Techniques. So, can you see? I can't see where that is. Oh, you can see it because I haven't got my glasses on. Right, pull up on your face and I won't be able to talk to you. So I'm going to contour down here, sides of my nose, round my temples, round my forehead, and a little bit under my chin. So, fish face. And blend that well. When you contour, when you first put the colour down, I didn't do it there, I was rather naughty. Always put the first part of your colour here, where you've got the darkest, and then you can bring it through, because you don't want it too dark down, you know, towards your mouth. Oh, my hair's in the way today. I should have tied it back. It's freshly washed today and it's just all over the place. Just sorry, my mirror is in the way. Down the sides of my nose, across the bottom. Just going to gently rub that through. Oh, this powder feels really, really nice. And I'm going to just lightly, oh, excuse my grey hair, I need to get a hair dye on it. Lightly contour around my temples, my forehead. I don't do very much in the way of contour here, but I mean, people would say, you know, why bother when you've got a fringe? But your fringe doesn't always stay where it's supposed to do. If you're out in the wind, it can get blown up. Or if you're really hot and you mess with your hair, you know, like that, it's out of the way. And I just think that, you know, it just, you know, your face looks finished. It's only a little bit of powder, so why not, you know? You might as well. Right, how's that looking? It's just a little light contour. I mean, some days, depending on the makeup I'm wearing, I will do it darker sometimes, you know. So I'm just going to contour down there, under my chin. Just join it up. A little bit under there. And I take my hand and just gently rub it to make sure that, you know, I haven't got any terrible dark lines under there. I think that looks dreadful, doesn't it? You know, it's terrible. Not a nice look. Right. Right, what am I doing now? Right. I am going to just go. No, I'll actually finish this. I'm going to put down a. What am I putting down? A cream blusher. It's called Something Special by MAC. So I'm just going to use my finger. Don't like using brushes with cream blush. Just put that down. Blend it in. Oh, sorry, my mirror was in the way a little bit there. Just a little small amount. You don't need too much. Because I am going to put a powder blush over the top, just a little bit. Because the blush I'm going to use seems to be quite a pale colour, and I'm just going to let's use that as a base. And if you layer products, it does help to keep the colour on your skin for longer. This is by Physicians Formula, and it's called from the Organic range. And this one is called, if I can find it, Pink Organics, I think. Just there. And I mean, look at the packaging on this. Isn't it gorgeous? Absolutely lovely. I mean, your blush is in this side, and then in this side you have another opening. You have a brush, and you have a mirror, which is actually quite a good mirror. It's not too bad at all. And it clicks shut again. So this has a pattern on there, which, in a lighter colour. I suppose, I don't know what that's like. I'm going to swirl it all together. That's the pinky shade from here, and then that's the shade from the leaves in the centre. You could use those separately. One as a blush and one as a highlighter. I'm going to use my Real Techniques stippling brush. This writing's worn off. This is the one that fell apart. This is the first Samantha Chapman Real Techniques brush I got, and I nearly never bought any more. It fell apart after about the first use. Bristles started to come out, and I should have taken it back, but for the life of me I could not find my receipt, and I was so annoyed. So my husband tried to repair it for me. I mean, it's back in and it's not coming out anymore, but it's not very level, as you can see. And I'm sorry, I've had a pink blush on this yesterday. So I will be, don't judge me please, but I will be washing my brushes tomorrow. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to swirl it together. Actually, that's okay. It doesn't mess it up. I thought maybe it might mess the colour up, but it doesn't. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to put that over the top of where I put, well, that's pretty, where I put the other colour. Just adds quite, a nice light coloured pink. Natural look, that's where I'm looking for. Colour to your cheeks. A little bit more on the other side. Sorry, mirror in the way. Wish you could shout at me. Mirror's in the way, Caroline, move it. No, I'd know then. But obviously, YouTube doesn't work that way. It's a shame. It's not a shame, really. It'd be great if we could sort of chat backwards and forwards to each other, while I'm doing the video. But I feel I'm chatting to you, and I hope you listen. I hope you don't turn the sound off and just watch. I hope you listen to what I have to say. It's a load of drivel most of the time, but there you go. So that's my contour, my face done. Am I going to highlight today? Yes, I might. What brush have I got to do that? I'm going to use, it's a little bit stiff. Going to use, I have my brushes in here. This is what I'm rattling at. For the life of me, I can't see where it's gone. Yeah, if I put my glasses on, I might be able to see, wouldn't I? I still can't see the one I want. Yeah, this is silly. Have I put it back in there? No. Oh, there it is. I'm going to use e.l.f. defining brush, and I'm going to use a little bit of this cream colour in the top there, just to run down the centre of my nose, sorry, bring it up my forehead, just brightens the area. And I'm going to run a little bit of that over my top lip. and a little bit along the top of the cheekbone, and then blend that out with my finger. I mean, it hasn't got any sparkling, but it gives a little bit of a lighter area. There. Like that. Right. Alright, our space finished. I'm going to zoom back in. Oops, too far. With the eyes. I'm going to, what am I going to do? I want to line up Pence brush. I'm going to use that one, I think. It's a flat definer brush. I'm going to take the sparkly colour from here, and I'm going to run that along underneath my eye. You just sort of like, with this brush you can just push it in and it works really well. Now I take that up. Oops, sorry, got my head down too far. Up round the corner a little bit. I'm going to use a black liner on the top, I think, today. So I'm going to bring that in just to about there. If you're looking straight ahead, I usually bring it in to where it lines up sort of with where the edge of your colour goes on your eye. What's that called? I can't think. Is it iris? Yes, it's your iris. If you're looking straight, look straight ahead, and just where it starts to curve up, that's where I bring it in and stop that dark colour. Something like that. I don't know how long this video's been, because I've been chatting away. Come on, why won't the colour go on this side? What I didn't do was add any eyelid primer. I would normally add some eyelid primer underneath. It helps it stick. Oh, got that in my eye. Helps to stick to where you want it to go. A little bit more. And then I'm going to take a little bit of the dark one here and put that at the outer edge. There. Just to darken it, smoke it up a little bit. Oh, that one's watering now because I really did flick some shadow in there. We do some bad things to our eyes, don't we? Just at the outer edge, like that. Just darkens it up a little bit. And then I'm going to bring that colour along. And clean my brush off. I should have done this one first. Hopefully it'll show up, not too dark. I'm going to bring that, sorry, and join that from the corner a little way down. There, like that. I should have smudged a little bit dark brown there, but I'm not a makeup artist. I just do this for pleasure, so, you know, if it's not quite right, sorry. There. There we go. There, like so. Finish with that. I'm going to do my eyebrows now. My eyebrows are a mess. I don't have very much of an eyebrow. What I'm using at the moment is the MUA Pro Brow Kit. I use this colour here. And I just fill them in the best I can, sorry. I'd really like to get one of these brow pencils in the correct colour. Actually, it does work quite well. I put one of the brow pencils down first and then put my usual colour over the top. It's worked reasonably well. I can never get a good shape at the front. I did better with the brow pencil until I rubbed it off, or most of it off. But I'm certainly not doing a very good job here. Oh, it's terrible. Yeah, I wish I could see without having to wear glasses. It's really, really hard. You know, when you have a mirror, you know, up as close as I have here, you know, it's much better when you can look and you can look away and you get a much better idea of what you're doing rather than when you've got it so close. That is not the best eyebrow I've ever done. I'm a little bit conscious of doing them here on film, so they're not too good, and I'm sorry about that. Right, what was I going to do? Where am I going to do now? What haven't I done? Right, eyeliner on the top. I've not used this before. This is a Physicians Formula, and it's black brown, and it's called the Eye Definer excuse me, felt tip eye marker, and it says it's waterproof, smudge proof. Oh, I've thrown the card away. There was a whole list of what it said it was going to be, like this: waterproof, smudge proof, budge proof. I'll go and find it when I've finished doing my eyes, and I'll write everything down in the down box of what it said it would do. Right now, I've never used this before. I hope I don't mess up my eye makeup. So it actually looks like this. That's what it says on the outside of the pencil, and it has a black lid. Yeah. So it looks like that. It's nice and narrow on the end, sharp point. Right, excuse me screwing up my eye. I think this would do a great winged liner. Oh, don't poke myself in the eye. Well, this is going well because I've never used it before. I'm just going to stop at the end, because as I've never used it before, I'm not going to play around today on film until I've had a practice with it properly. Just going to bring it out a little bit thicker. There. That is really, really nice. Sorry. And you can get really, really close to your lashes with it as well, so you don't get any gaps. That is nice. Right, see where we go with this hand, or this eye going across. It's always difficult to do the other eye. So am I in shot? Come on. Oh, it's not writing. There. Sorry, I've gone all quiet now. I'm concentrating. Sorry about that. Doesn't want to write very well. It is on my hand. Right, how are we doing? Need to make that a little bit thicker on that side. Sorry about this. I've gone really, really quiet.